everybody. We are live. We are live. We should be good to go. How's it going in Mexico? It's good. It's good. Been a long day, but it's good. All right, guys. So you know how we do as usual. We'll wait for people to get in, then we'll go over today's cruise news. We got a couple things to talk about. We got some good news. Royal Caribbean. They got 400 crew members from India getting ready to do their quarantine and then head over to Symphony of the Seas. So we'll talk about the details when it comes to that. Let's see. I want to also talk about Celebrity, and I want to talk about Royal Caribbean as well with their new health and safety protocols. And then we'll talk about the update or lack thereof when it comes to the court case. So, like I said, we'll wait for a couple people to get in. Hopefully, you guys can see me all right, and hopefully the data is good enough so I got a decent signal. If you guys could, if you're just joining in, if you can give me a thumbs up on your way in, I really appreciate it, guys. As usual, you know. And I hope you guys are doing all right. Yeah, we'll give it a couple minutes. I really, really hope there's actually a good signal coming in. We're live. Scott, can you hear me all right? The sound should be decent and the signal should be okay. I just want to double check before we get started with the live stream. April, how's it going? Hey. Audio's good? Okay, perfect, perfect. Sound's okay, signal's good. All right, we're good to go. A little blurry, but it's fine. It should hopefully clear up. Tinkerbell, what's going on? What's going on? Okay, good to know, good to know. So the main thing is, unfortunately, we haven't heard anything about this preliminary court hearing when it comes to the CDC versus Florida. So, yeah, I mean, today was supposed to be the day, but we haven't heard anything so far. Everything looks good and sounds good. Good to know. Good, good, good. I'm on an island, so I don't know exactly how good the signal's going to be. Hopefully it's decent like it was yesterday. Hello from Northern California. Hey, how's it going? Like I said, guys, if you're just joining in, make sure you hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And like I said, we'll get started in a couple minutes. I hope everybody's doing well. Right now, I am in Hoblox. Hoblox? Anyway, I'm on an island. Finally made it for a live. Hey, Jay, thanks for your updates. Yeah, no problem. No problem. I don't mind. It's why I'm here. Why I'm here. Wait a second. From Florida. Tell me, where are you from in Florida? Guys, we'll give it like 2 more minutes and we'll get started with the news that's available. And again, lack thereof with the biggest news that we actually wanted to hear. Where's Lauren? Lauren's off getting something to eat. We just got to the island. We came in like an hour ago. We got set up, just got into the hotel. She wants to get something to eat, so she'll probably show up at some point, I think. Sound is better than the picture. You're in 240. Ah, sorry to hear that. Guys, I'm using the best Wi-Fi possible that we have over in the hotel. And I upgraded my data plan too for the live stream. So I guess this is what we got. Brandon, Florida, down where you live. Oh, okay. Well, I feel like we've talked about this before. Anything on the Mardi Gras start day? No, nothing confirmed so far, at least to my knowledge. I think they're supposed to start sometime in July. Don't quote me on that. Let me see if I can look it up and see. Maybe they've announced a couple official dates. That's one thing I want to talk about when it comes to the dates that the cruise lines are putting out. I do believe, of course, these are tentative schedules. Because the thing about this, and we've seen throughout this entire pandemic, nothing is confirmed until it actually happens at this point in time. Mardi Gras, July 31st. Okay, I thought it was late July, but again, that's one thing that I really want to talk about in today's live stream. We don't really know what's going on. It feels like to me that the cruise lines are kind of doing what they can to stall a little bit to see what's going to happen with this court case, the preliminary court hearing between the CDC and the state of Florida. I do believe that that's the main focus of the cruise lines right now, right? Because they've been putting out articles left and right, or at least, you know, you got Royal Caribbean blog I want to take a look at. You got all these articles coming out, and it's kind of like a lot of fluff. There's not a lot of details to them. It honestly just kind of adds more confusion to everything that's going on. So from my mind, it looks like, at least when it comes to the general public, the cruise lines are kind of stalling a little bit and waiting to see what's going to happen with this preliminary court hearing for the cruise ships that are supposed to be sailing out of Florida. At least that's what it looks like for me. I'm walking back on the Mardi Gras in August. Nice, nice. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, guys, if you're just joining in, you haven't joined our Facebook group yet, make sure you join that. We got a bunch of knowledgeable people in there. Honestly, people that are in some ways not more knowledgeable than me. They got like 30, 40, 50 cruises under their belt. So they talk about a lot of really interesting topics within the group, and then I post my videos on there as well. It's a good way for you guys to stay updated. So yeah, definitely join the Facebook group if you guys haven't already. But let's see. So the main thing that I want to talk about, guys, is, of course, the court hearing. We haven't heard anything as of yet. Again, today's the 10th. We were supposed to get some type of verdict today, supposedly, but we haven't heard anything as of yet. Nothing's been confirmed. So we're still waiting on Stephen Merryday, who's supposed to be the judge that's supposed to be giving us the verdict when it comes to all this, but we haven't heard anything as of yet. And I do believe, for the most part, that's what the cruise lines could be waiting for as well, as far as getting everything confirmed with their health and safety protocols in order to be able to sail. Now, there are a couple articles that I want to read here. There's one from Forbes that I want to talk about when it comes to the Celebrity Edge, and then there's another Royal Caribbean. You got the CEO, who is it? Michael Bailey. He's clarifying what's going on. And again, it's still kind of, in my opinion, just adds a little bit more confusion because he's trying to clarify, but he kind of doesn't in a way. We'll go over those articles in a minute. Let's see. 1,050 capacity on Adventure of the Seas, leaving on the 12th. Yeah, 2 days from now. That should be interesting to see. I'm going to try and stay in touch with Tony from La Lita Loca as well to see what's going on board that ship, because that's going to be an interesting one. And then we have the Celebrity, which one? Celebrity Edge. Supposed to be leaving on the 26th. Let me double check. Is it Celebrity Edge or is it? Yeah, it is the Edge. So the Edge is on the 26th. It's going to be technically, if things go as planned, it'll be the first cruise ship that's sailing out of the United States since the shutdown happened last year in 2020. So I do believe them, as well as the other cruise liners that are set to sail out of, let's say, Florida, Port Canaveral, Port Everglades, you name it. They are waiting to see what's going to happen with this court hearing when it comes to, let's say, Ron DeSantis of the state of Florida versus the CDC. At least that's what it looks like in my mind right now. They're kind of doing whatever they can to give people some optimism, some type of confirmation, but it also appears to me that they're kind of stalling to see what this court hearing is actually going to entail and what the verdict is going to be. Tony said they changed. Vaccinated people now have to get tested now. Let me see if I can look into that. I want to know if that's because of the cruise lines or is that because of Nassau? Let me see. See if it says it in this article right here. I'll double check. Sorry for the noises, by the way, guys. There's trucks and golf carts going by left and right. Let me see. Mr. Bailey, which is the CEO of Royal Caribbean, outlined the vaccine requirements as of right now, but he did caution that the policies will likely change. One guarantee is whatever the policy is today, it'll probably evolve. Okay, let me see if he says anything about specifically anything regarding the Adventure of the Seas, but I don't see it. They're all just talking about how crew members will be fully vaccinated for the entirety of their fleet, and let me see. It looks from what I can see when it comes to Adventure of the Seas that it's probably a Bahamas thing, not so much a Royal Caribbean thing. Tubby was notified by Royal Caribbean today, but I do believe it could have come from the back end, maybe from the Bahamas, and they got to do what the Bahamas is telling them. Otherwise, this would have been a fleet-wide thing. Well, could have been potentially anyway. But another thing, which is some good news, we do have 400 Indian crew members that are now getting ready to be quarantined, or they are rather. They've been quarantining for about a week since last year around this time, and they're going to be quarantining for 16 days. So they're going to be heading to Florida on the 20th. From there, they have to get another COVID test, and then they're going to get on Symphony of the Seas, which is set to sail out of Miami on the 1st of August. So that's some good news so far. I mean, what's going on with the MSC Megravilia? I did give those dates. Let's see the other day. Let me see if I can bring them back. Oh, actually, I have it in my notes here, because I believe we had, what, 3 ships that were supposed to sail with MSC that are supposed to be sailing out of Florida. Yeah, sorry guys for the blur. Yeah, there's only so much I can do. The Wi-Fi is and the signal here obviously too, because I'm running an American phone company. It's really not the greatest, guys, so I apologize for that. And by the way, if you guys are just joining in, make sure you hit that like button as usual. I'd really appreciate it. Let me see. Sorry guys, I've been taking so many notes here left and right because there's so much stuff that's popping up literally left and right, so it's hard to keep track, especially right now. There's a lot of stuff happening right now within the industry. Let me see. I know we had something on the Megravilia, and then there was something else line here too. No worries. Thanks for letting me know. No problem. Yeah, so I think that's everybody that's having an issue right now. You know what? I might just have to look it up because I know I had something on the. We had 3 MSC ships that were set to sail out of Florida. Jay, what's going on? How you doing today? I'm good. Just got to this island, Hobucks. Really cool place. Small island, not as touristy as like a Cozumel or Izalmaheras, the one I was at yesterday. Let's see here. Sorry guys, I'm just looking up so I can confirm everything that's going on with MSC. I know somebody wants to definitely know about that. What else did I want to look at? Let me see. We did have an update on the Celebrity Edge. Well, not even an update. They're pretty much still, again, following in line what Royal Caribbean is doing as far as making it so they're claiming that there's going to be 95% of the passengers vaccinated, just as the CDC is instructing. But it's still kind of trying to, I guess we're still trying to figure out how exactly they're going to do that. If they're saying that people can technically volunteer. Now, one thing that I've mentioned when it comes to this, as far as the whole volunteer situation of people saying they're going to volunteer to give up their vaccine status, I know one role that, let's say, not DeSantis, but let's say Royal Caribbean is saying, the idea is that most of the people that want to sail on cruise ships are already vaccinated. So people, the vast majority of people that are going to be sailing are going to be vaccinated anyway, and they're going to have no problem saying, oh, okay, well, here, Royal Caribbean, here's Celebrity, here's my vaccine status. You can have it, no problem, just so you guys know that I'm vaccinated. That, I believe, is how they're planning on getting that 95% of the passengers vaccinated. What do you think will happen with the public health emergency declaration in July? It's hard to tell. I mean, the thing is, leading up to it, the other 2 times that we've seen it this year, it looked really optimistic, but you never know what the CDC is going to do. You know, from at least from my appearance, it looks like the CDC is going to try to ride this thing out to that November 1st date. That way the framework is up, and they're going to probably try to go from there. But there's no telling as of yet. For all we know, things could potentially work out, and then we could be good to go. You know, we'll see. We'll have to see how it all works out, to be honest. Let me see. Have you heard anything else about the CDC versus Florida in court? I know there was supposed to be some type of verdict today, but we have not heard anything as of yet. At least nothing's been confirmed. So, I mean, I guess either we'll have to wait another day, or maybe we'll hear something later on tonight when it goes public. I'm going to keep an eye on it, and I'll be sure to let you guys know. But as of right now, there has not been any updates so far. I'm constantly refreshing my page to see what's going on with the news, but we haven't seen anything yet. COVID numbers are going down, so that's good news. It is good news, but it's still kind of one of those things that there's no clear indication that the CDC is going to get rid of the public health declaration. When you consider the fact that, yeah, they've been kind of like, they got a lot going on, of course, you give them the benefit of the doubt, and they've been really, really seemingly pushing for that November 1st, at least what it seems like in our mind. Where's Lauren today? Lauren's out getting some food or a drink or something. I asked her to give me something. I don't know if she will, though. We'll see. Depends on what time she gets back. I know she knows where I'm at, I think. Maybe she got lost. I thought the verdict was on Friday, but maybe I'm mistaken. You might be. I kept hearing the 10th. And I saw an article last week saying there was supposed to be some verdict on the 10th. But Friday does probably seem more probable, and it seems more likely. I mean, I guess, you know, news like that, they'd probably wait to the end of the week. That way they can kind of mull it over. Everybody can kind of take it in. That would make more sense. So between now and I want to say Friday, we're probably going to get some type of verdict from Stephen Merryday as far as what they're going to do in the court hearing, the preliminary court hearing, that is, between the CDC and the state of Florida, a.k.a. Ron DeSantis. Carnival News is definitely Friday, yeah. You know, but that's kind of how they do. Usually they just kind of announce the news either at the end of the week or at the beginning of the week. It's always, you know, one of those, unless there's something that's like really breaking and they kind of just surprise it on us. So I'm assuming Friday will probably be the day that we hear something. If we don't hear something either today, like sometime today throughout the rest of the day, or maybe even tonight. I guess we'll have to see. All right, let me see. Okay, so here's what we got for MSC. We got the MSC Megavilia and MSC Divina will officially open for booking on June 16th. That's not too far away. Let's see, we got the Megavilia will kick off MSC cruises starting on August 2nd with 3- and 4-night cruises from Miami to the Bahamas featuring Ocean Cay, MSC's Marine Reserve. Then we got, starting on September 18th, the MSC Megavilia will add 7-night cruises from Miami to the Bahamas, including, or Bahamas and the Caribbean, sorry, well, same thing pretty much, including their Ocean Cay, so basically their little private island that they have over there. The MSC Divina will resume from Orlando, Port Canaveral, September 16th, offering 3- and 4-night and 7-night sailing options from the Bahamas. All right, guys, sorry, the signal is in and out. It should be good to go now, should be. John Harold is waiting the hearing tonight. Hopefully we actually hear something then. I mean, if John Harold is waiting for something, maybe we'll actually get some decent news when it comes to this hearing. I guess we'll have to see. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I know the signal is... All right, guys, I apologize. This said, yeah, I'm literally taking a dump on me right now. Can you guys hear me? I hope so. I guess they all came. Public health declaration that's somewhat tied in. Oh, we keep. Don't get frustrated. It's okay. Here in double. Sorry, guys. This signal is. We might have to, I guess, do like a 30-minute live stream today. The signal is not the greatest. You're totally gone. Video frozen. Hopefully, you guys can hear me now. But the public health declaration the framework is essentially tied in somewhat with the Alaska Tourism Recovery Act, allowing them to sail out of Alaska. So if that goes away, we could potentially see a no-go for the Alaska cruises. If the stream freezes, refresh the browser. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like I said, the Wi-Fi here isn't the greatest, so there's only so much that I can do. I'm trying my best, guys. I apologize. Carnival just posted an update for a lot of ships and cancellations for August. I think they did a couple days ago, to be honest. Come on, Jay. You know you can't use dial-up connection anymore. Keep doing. I appreciate it. Love the hat. Thank you. Total political BS. No second. Retracted. Okay. Anyway. Would the internet be better in your room, maybe? I don't think so, to be honest with you. I mean, so this is right at the hotel check-in, so this is probably the best Wi-Fi that I'm going to get. So I apologize, guys. I'm doing the best that I can, but hey, it is what it is, you know. It is what it is. So let me see. Let's see if we got anything else. Yesterday, we did have Dondra Ritzenhaler, Senior VP of Sales and Trade and Support Services. She did make an announcement to all travel agents yesterday, and essentially what she's saying, for context, this is the second call within 2 weeks, and she's pretty much just giving them somewhat of clarification of what's going to happen for the continuation or resumption of operations for sailing, which doesn't really give us much information because the cruise lines are just saying basically that they're planning on selling these dates on these dates that they have announced, but they aren't explaining exactly how they're going to do it. Because we have this whole situation with DeSantis and them not being allowed to ask for vaccines. And they're just saying pretty much what they're going to do is have people volunteer their vaccination status. But again, that doesn't give us much to go on. I mean, how exactly are they going to do that? Are they going to deal with some type of implications or problems from the CDC? We don't know at this point in time. We really don't. Wi-Fi is not always reliable when you're outside of the country, particularly Mexico. Thanks for trying to update. No, I don't mind. I don't mind. If you guys don't mind at all, make sure you hit that like button, guys. I would appreciate it. Goes a long way with the channel. And hopefully you guys can still hear me okay. Let's see. We had Dondra Ritzenhaler said, Florida said rather, because we honor the government, we honor DeSantis, we will still go out with 100% of our crew, 95% of our guests vaccinated. But in Florida, we will not require you to show proof of vaccination because we are doing this exactly the right way. It's interesting. Really, really, really interesting. With you being under something, maybe it will be affecting the audio as well as the video. Could be. I mean, I could try to move outside if you guys want. I mean, I know the Wi-Fi is kind of shoddy, and it's probably going to be in and out. I could try to go outside where I'm not under a roof if you guys want. Just let me know. Let me see what else we got. Our president and CEO, Lisa Lutoff-Perlo. Right before this call, Dondra, you reassure every travel agency on this call that we will sail with 95% of our guests vaccinated. Let's see. Ritzenhaler did not explain in detail how Celebrity would accomplish this feat, except to suggest instead of verifying vaccination records at the port of embarkation, Celebrity would manage the ratio of vaccination to unvaccinated guests during the booking process. That's interesting. So I guess they're going to, whenever you book online, for those that haven't or have already, you might get some type of additional email asking if you would like to volunteer your vaccination status. And I guess that's how they're going to try to root out who is vaccinated and who isn't vaccinated. It's a little blurry, but you're fine. We can hear and see, so that's all that matters. Okay, good, good. If you can find a clear area, it'd probably help. I mean, I can try to move, maybe outside. Here, I'll do it in a second. Let me just finish up with this situation here. When they're talking about the vaccine. So that should be interesting. So it sounds like they're kind of doing like a third-party route that can kind of give their vaccination status to another company, and they can then in turn circle it back over to the cruise line. Wait, how did you start the live without me? Because maybe you were late. Maybe you were late. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, you guys are saying the signal's decent. I know it's kind of blurry, guys. I apologize, but I guess we should be good. What's up, Justin? Sorry I'm late. No, it's not okay. It's unacceptable. Forgot it was at 5, not 6. Yeah, I'm just trying to work around the schedule too, Lauren. There's a lot of stuff that we want to do out here, so I'm just gonna kind of fluctuate between those times, guys. I'll try to let you know in advance. I've been posting up notifications hours prior, so hopefully that's helping a little bit. I hope so. If not, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people try to get to the live stream, but thankfully you can watch it after. And you can also hit that like button if you guys are just joining in. Where's Rob? Is he good? Yeah, Rob's fine. I know Rob's been a little busy. You got to keep in mind, Rob is also a travel agent. So during all this craziness going on, he probably has other stuff that he has going on too. So yeah, I'm not going to say, oh, Rob, you got to be here. It is what it is. Maybe I missed it because it froze, but do you have any resort recommendations for Cancun? I don't, because to be honest with you, I'm not a resort kind of guy. And there's also literally a million bajillion resorts over in Cancun, and all of which I'm sure is really, really nice. The thing is, from at least from my personal experience and what I've seen from others, what I've been told about from others, all the resorts are really, really nice. And since there's so many of them, it usually takes somebody going to those 1 or 2 resorts to fall in love with it, even though they're all similar. They all have great service. The people here are really, really accommodating. Really, no matter if you're staying in an Airbnb, a resort, some type of hotel, these places are usually pretty accommodating, and they're honestly not that bad. So, I mean, honestly, just kind of take everything with a grain of salt when people tell you something, because they're all great. And see, I'm going to Barcelo Resorts in Cancun in August. I've heard of Barcelo. I heard it's really great. But again, it's very, very rare that I've heard of a bad hotel, Airbnb. Well, Airbnb, it's kind of, look at the reviews. But it's rare that I hear something bad about any resorts. Typically, all of them are great, and they typically offer great service, no matter which one you really go to. There's probably some really popular ones, but personally, I've never been to a resort over here in Mexico. I usually just kind of Airbnb it on the way, and there's plenty of beaches and activities to do. That's the release from today. What's the release? But yeah, you know, so this whole situation, again, guys, is a little confusing when it comes to all of this, because, man, it's hard to see exactly how the cruise lines are going to piece all this together. They're announcing that people are going to be able to sail, and they're not going to technically require vaccine. Or vaccine mandate, right, in order to sail. But at the same time, they're also saying, well, we're going to have 95% of the passengers vaccinated. They're going under the assumption that everybody that is cruising is pretty much going to be vaccinated, and they're not going to have a problem saying, here, I'm vaccinated. And then the people that aren't willing to give it, they're probably going to put them in a category where they're going to say unvaccinated and just kind of go from there. That way they can weed out who's vaccinated, who isn't, and decide who's going to be on board the ship. That's what it looks like, at least from my perspective. Jay, check your email, please. Sent you a message the other day. Okay, no, I'll definitely check it. Sorry. I've been all over the place. Signal is in and out here and there, and I've also been traveling like every day. I had a 3-hour bus ride today, and then I had another 45-minute ferry ride. So the signal's been just in and out. Yeah, thank you, Scott. We got 150 people here. If you guys hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. And I apologize again. I know the signal isn't the greatest for this live stream. I'm doing the best I can, but we're traveling. Where are you in there? I'm on an island called Hoblox. Hoblox? I think I'm saying that right. Hoblox. Okay, so it's an island. It's about 3 hours away from Cancun. You take a bus to get over here, and then you have to go to another island called or another mainland. What is it called? Chiquila. So Chiquila, and then from Chiquila you take the ferry over to Hoblox, and this is where I am right now. Carnival confirmed the Mardi Gras will sail on July 31st on their Instagram. Thank you. Thank you. Is that where you were yesterday? No, I was on an island called Isla Mujeres. This is a pirate video streaming ship lifestyle. That's right. That's right. I'm bouncing around from island to island. So I'll be here for 2 days, and then after that, I'm going to Playa del Carmen, and then from there, I'm going to go to Cozumel. I'll be back and forth. I don't think I'm going to stay on the island of Cozumel because it's pretty convenient just to kind of go back and forth on this ferry called the Ultramar. Island hopping, yeah. Almost 60K subs. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, let's try and get it there by the end of the month or next week or something. Next week, let's do that. Aim high, right? So let me see. There was another article I saw on the Celebrity Edge. But again, it's all these articles that are coming out, just so you guys understand, it appears to me that the cruise lines are kind of stalling, so to speak, because there's flies everywhere. The cruise lines seem to be stalling because it looks like they're waiting to see what this court verdict, at least for the cruise lines that are going to be sailing in the state of Florida. It looks like they're kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with DeSantis and the CDC. Once they have some type of clarification, I guess they're going to just kind of more so confirm everything. Still confused how you know if the cruise lines have 95% vaccinated when Florida cruises are not allowed to ask. That's what I'm saying. It seems like, at least from this article that I read, because there was an update, there basically looks like, from at least from what I can see, they're going to be sending it for some type of additional email, or let's say you've booked recently, they're going to ask during the booking process if you would like to volunteer your vaccine status. That's what it looks like from my perspective. And then from there, for the people that voluntarily do it via email or online or through a third party, however they decide to go about it, because I can't confirm, haven't seen it yet, but it looks like from there, they're going to weave out who's vaccinated and who isn't. You voluntarily give them your vaccine status. Yeah, and it looks like they're trying to get that streamlined and done ahead of the cruise. Because, I mean, it makes sense. Imagine if they decide to go ahead and do this prior to the cruise, let's say on embarkation day, it's going to be a mess. So I would assume that the cruise lines that have sailings coming up on July 2nd, 3rd, the beginning of July, they're probably going to send some type of confirmation or an email asking if you want to submit your vaccination status prior to your cruise. To me, that's what makes the most sense, because again, if they do it on embarkation day, it's going to be a mess. People are going to be all over the place, not knowing where to go, not knowing what to do. On top of the people that are maybe, let's say, unvaccinated and they have to get additional testing prior to getting on board. It looks from my perspective that they're going to try to get some type of information for the people that are vaccinated prior to getting on board. Let's see, looking for a place where everybody know the name. Oh, that's not for me. Anyway, I appreciate that, Scott. Thank you. What hotel are you staying at in Holbucks? What is this called? Give me a second. It's called Blast or something like that. Hobblast. Hobblast. Hold on. Oh, Lauren's coming. Should know. There she is. Where have you been? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, Lauren does. Okay, she has to take care of something first. Let's see. Just save some money. Only those unvaccinated people will not provide information. You might, yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense. So if you think about it, though, if they decide to go through an online route, or they want like a confirmation email asking people, let's say if they want to submit their vaccination status, they might be having that mindset stating that, you know what, if these people don't care and they don't mind submitting their vaccination status, or if they are vaccinated, they probably won't mind telling people if they're vaccinated or not. So it kind of does make sense, and I do believe that could potentially weave out the people that are vaccinated and that are not vaccinated. It does kind of make sense if you think about it. I mean, if you're already vaccinated, why would you have a problem with saying if you're vaccinated or not if you want to go on a cruise and you don't want to wear a mask and you don't want to have to deal with a bunch of restrictions? Carnival has a website that you can put the exemption for non-vaccinated people. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can double check on Royal Caribbean's website, because if that's true, I would assume they create some type of portal similar to that as well. It would only make sense. Let's see if I can look it up. By the way, guys, if you're just joining in, of course, make sure you hit that like button. But I do believe that probably is the best route for any particular cruise line to go down, considering we're literally just weeks away from sailings actually happening in the United States. Well, yeah, weeks. July is literally just around the corner. They submitted yesterday for the July cruises. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, like I said, it makes the most sense, because if they try to do it at the last possible second and try to weave out right then and there on that day, it's going to probably take a day or two for the numbers to even come out from the get-go. So how would they even organize all of that? And those with natural immunity after recovering from COVID get screwed. Yeah. I wish that would get acknowledged a little bit more, but you guys already know how political and there's so much going on. I don't want to speak on it too much, but we already know what's going on with that. You know, I don't want to get too involved with the topic, but we already know it. Nobody here is surprised with what's going on, unfortunately. Which Royal Caribbean ship set sail from the U.S. first? Let's see. I had the here. Let me double check. Actually, I want to tell you the wrong one. Let me go back to my notes. Let's see. That's Disney. I write so much stuff down throughout the day, guys. It's insane. It really is. Let me see what somebody said. You will never be able to separate vaccinated from unvaccinated on a ship. If you've ever been on a cruise ship, that's not possible unless you have, yeah, you're right. Hit the like button. Thank you. No, that's what it was. Freedom is first. My bad. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, we got Freedom of the Seas sailing out first on the 3rd. But where did I write all this stuff down at? I know I had all this information kind of just plot out real simply, but Anyway, but so Freedom of the Seas is also set to do test sailings too on the 20th. At least that's what I have down right here. We got the Freedom of the Seas, and then next up we got the Disney Dream on the 29th. Freedom of the Seas will be doing test sailings out of Miami on the 20th. So that should be interesting. I wonder how exactly they're going to conduct that. So we'll have to just kind of wait and see, I guess, and just kind of go from there. I love the cruise, but I think the people are overly thinking this vaccination issue way too much. In a few months down the road, one day you'll be able to still cruise. No one will care. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, and from what I saw too, let's say the perfect example, the MSC Virtuosa sailing out of Southampton over in the UK. I don't think a lot of people cared. I really don't. Now, somebody also, I think it was Chide or somebody, they made an argument stating that there'd be a lot of problems because of how how typical Americans are, unfortunately, American cruisers. A lot of people would probably be confrontational on board, right? I'm not saying it will happen, but we all know how not every cruiser that's American, but we all have seen how it goes on board. There's fights, there's arguments. I mean, I would hope that doesn't happen, but we've all seen how political this has gotten, especially in the United States. I could see that being a problem on board ships. Not saying it will. Maybe people will actually be so happy to get on board a cruise ship they won't care what's going on. But that could be a very, very real possibility down the road, unfortunately. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see how all of it plays itself out. Let me see if there's any updates. Maybe we'll see something about CDC. Nope, last post was 9 hours ago when it comes to the CDC versus the state of Florida and Governor Ron DeSantis. Haven't seen anything. AJ, just getting here. I found out Celebrity Equinox is changing itineraries already because some islands just aren't ready for us. Got email yesterday. Wow. So what is the itinerary change going to be? I don't even think that's been announced as of yet. If you can let me know in the comments or in the live feed, I appreciate it. There will always be that one Karen on every cruise ship. Yeah, there's the Karens, the Kens, the Tyrones. It'll all be there. It'll all be there. So again, I should make a video about that because I do believe that could be problematic down the road. I really, really do. My family's vaccinated. I can't take the vaccine due to medical issues and allergic to a component in the vaccine. So I have to wait and see what they're going to do. Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people too. Again, I've said this plenty of times. You can't fault those people that unfortunately have this situation that they're dealing with where they can't take the vaccine, whether it be for religious purposes or health reasons. You can't force it down their throat because, unfortunately, something might happen to them. Royal is funny. In the end, they are going to end up with 95% anti-vax. Anti-vax risk the chance of getting bumped once they approach 5. We'll have to see. There's no telling exactly what's going to happen until it happens. The court has the case and should be ruling soon. Yeah, I thought we were going to hear something sometime today, supposedly, but who knows? I mean, they could break it out tonight. They could break it out Friday will probably be a good day, so we'll keep an eye out. We may hear something at the latest on Friday if they actually do reach a verdict sometime this week, which they're supposed to anyway. Let's see, somebody will throw a temper tantrum. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if something were to happen. Freedom on July 2nd, Odyssey on the 3rd. Thank you. Thank you for that, Jennifer. I appreciate it. St. Kitts wants everybody to be fully vaccinated to enter their port. That's going to be another problem. You got to think these sailings that are going to happen and these itineraries, these ports of call, they are at the mercy of these ports of call and the island. So depending on what rules they actually put in place is going to determine what's going to happen for the passengers on board. Guaranteed. The right to cruise is not mentioned in the Bill of Rights. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The CDC the cruise lines can technically do what they want, but they're also under the guise of the CDC. So. Okay, here it is. No longer going to Grand Cayman, switch to Nassau. Yeah, I do think that's going to be kind of normalized between now and the next coming months within the Caribbean for sailings that are going out to the Caribbean. Especially the situation with St. Kitts. If St. Kitts is doing it, I can assume that probably at some point other cruise lines are going to follow suit if they haven't already, considering that you got to be fully vaccinated, which also kind of unfortunately makes the, I hate to say it, but the two-class system on board the ships that seem to be likely, it's going to make it a lot worse. People can't get off the ship because they're not fully vaccinated. It's going to create a problem for people that have paid thousands of dollars to go on a cruise. I know 2 people who are unable to take the vaccines due to medical reasons. They are upset about the vaccine-only rules. I know a lot of people are. What's up, Chide? So under the Royal Caribbean plane, anti-vaxxers get their pacifier. Still end up 95% vaccinated, 5% waste of effort and extra step because of the governors. Yeah, I agree. I agree. To a certain extent, though, of course. I mean, again, I understand what the cruise lines are doing, but there's a lot of hoops to jump through. Grand Cayman will not accept cruise lines until 2022. Yeah, I talked about that a while back. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of itinerary changes that unfortunately people probably aren't going to like, but it is what it is. Any news on Dominican Republic? Stop was taken off the Odyssey. I think I saw. Let me see if I can go to like Google real quick. I saw something like a week ago about the Dominican Republic. I don't know if exactly if it pertains to cruising. I do think it was something about tourists heading over there. They need to know ahead of time. Yeah, they do. Hey, just joining in. Are you already in Mexico right now? Yeah, I've been here. Yeah, I've been here for about a week now. Yeah, enjoying myself on an island, little tiny island called Hoblox. I'm on the Breeze July 29th and got it for only 300. I'm super excited. Wow, you should be. You should be. Hold on. Dominican Republic just shorted curfew, 3 p.m. weekend curfew. Whew. Oh man, that's a deep cut. That's hard. That's gonna be hard for anybody to deal with, even the locals over there. Man, let me see. Dominican Republic travel. Let's see what we got over here. That is that's rough. I'll tell you that. I can't imagine there's no point in cruise lines even sailing over there. Now, given if they get there early in the morning and they're leaving out at like 3 or 4 anyway, it would make sense. But, interesting. Let me see. Freedom of rights. I think you mean. NCL drops Dominican Republic cruise departures. Yeah, I think we're going to see this for a while, especially considering everything that's going on in Dominican Republic. That's because the numbers are high. COVID has not gone anywhere. It's still very much a thing. Yeah, I agree. You're right. It's understandable, but again, it's probably going to cause a lot of hardships and a lot of trouble moving forward for the cruise industry because they're going to have to redo itineraries potentially on the fly. Like imagine, I don't think this would happen, but let's say Jamaica decides tomorrow that they're going to not allow cruise ships there, or maybe let's say at the very least they're going to say, well, you got to be vaccinated in order to disembark the ship. That's going to cause a lot of problems for sure. The wealthier nations are starting to get some more vaccinations in the developing countries finally. Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit of a wait for sure. By the way, guys, we got a lot more people in here. If you could hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. Let's see if we can get the 200 likes, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. In the UK, 2 doses of the vaccine needed and a negative COVID test at the port. Got 2 crews booked around the UK. Yeah, I've heard. I mean, they're doing what they got to do for the time being in order to appease the health organizations and make sure there's no issues or like an outbreak or anything like that on board. So. Just wonder what will happen when the anti-vaxxers all get the virus. Too late for sympathy at this point. Yeah, I guess. I mean, if that's the case, and then I'll tell you right now, Florida's for a world of hurt. I'll tell you that. That's why money talks. Yeah, money's it's a big deal. Cruise lines should make their own cruise for at least the first, should just make their cruises for at least the first 60 to 90 days vaccinated only, because if there are any minor outbreak, the media will make a doom and gloom story for months. I've been saying that since last year. Whenever they started back up, it only makes sense, right? I'm not saying they should mandate vaccines, but at the same time, for the cruise lines that are doing it, it's understandable because the last thing anybody wants is this massive media event like we did witness, unfortunately, and experience last year, right? It can only take potentially one situation to happen on board any of these ships on any given day. The media is going to run wild with it. The CDC is going to jump all over it, and we could potentially dealing with another shutdown all over again. So, and the unfortunate part too is that you did have Arnold Donald, the CEO of Carnival. And I agree with him. He said at one point, like months ago, that it's kind of inevitable that we're going to see some type of case on board a ship at some point. You can't completely eliminate it because unfortunately there's false positive. Even if you're vaccinated, you can still get it. When you look at these factors, it's inevitable that at some point in time, somebody on board the ship is going to test positive for the virus. You're right, Newswood. Yeah, they'd run wild with it. Not only the media, but the cruise lines will go bankrupt because of the publicity. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, though, right? If you look at everything that's happening, right? You put all of it together. Uh, we've seen cases left and right? But is it really justified, in you guys' opinion? Let me know. Is it justified for you for there to be this massive media outcry and people hating on cruise lines for one case of the virus on board? Let's say if it's a vaccinated cruise too. Is it really worth shutting down the entire industry for one case, knowing that there's false positives, knowing that most of the people are probably going to be vaccinated as well? If you think about it, that's a lot to ask for of a cruise line. That's a lot to ask for. MSC is an unvaccinated cruise. Yeah, yeah. But we also saw on the which MSC ship was that the other day? They had unfortunately two people test positive, but they handled it well. I mean, things got handled pretty well. They dropped the people off along with their family, and things worked out. Great stuff here. Appreciate it. No problem. No problem. I appreciate you guys. But again, I mean, this is just my opinion. I don't believe that there should be this mass hysteria all over the media should there be one or two cases on board a cruise ship, because it's already been said. Seaside, thank you. It's already been said. Yeah, I guess I've been out here partying and drinking a little too much. But look, so it's already been stated that at some point it's kind of inevitable that we're going to deal with some type of, maybe not an outbreak, but we'll probably deal with a positive case on board at some point. Be it a vaccinated cruise or a cruise that's maybe vaccinated and unvaccinated as well. I think that's kind of a given, right? Will it be reported? Who knows? But I can almost guarantee that at some point there's going to be somebody that's test positive or whatever, or maybe they are positive and they don't test for it or whatever. It's inevitable. And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying I don't think the industry should be shut down for that, because you're talking about thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be in and out of the industry between now and the end of the year. It's inevitable. Question just got here. So may have been asked, MSC passengers tested positive and put off. Yeah, hold on. We'll need insurance to cover costs the passengers getting off back home. So these MSC ships that are sailing with both vaccinated and unvaccinated, it's a requirement now that you have to have insurance in order to sail in the first place. It's a requirement now. It's non-negotiable. If you're going to sail on any of the MSC ships, I learned that from the inaugural cruise from the Virtuosa. If you're going to sail with MSC and they're going to do the vaccinated and unvaccinated, then you have to have insurance. And I'm assuming this is going to be a regular thing amongst the entire industry as well, to be honest with you. The sad thing is that they will say everyone that gets sick, whether it's for food poisoning or good old-fashioned flu, has COVID. I mean, we've kind of seen that all year, right? Since last year, to be honest. Now, given, yes, there are people that have COVID cases. I'm not knocking that, right? But at the same time, we've seen this situation. Let's see. The sad thing is they will say anybody. Oh, I already read that one. I believe 2022, everything will change with the cruise line rules. I have cruise credit with NCL. Very upset that they no longer have my itinerary. It got canceled. I think that's something a lot of people have to deal with, right? The future cruise credits. It's, for some reason, nobody's talking about it. I wonder how all that's going to get sorted out if you think about it. There's hundreds of thousands of people that need future cruise hungry, but it's good. So I'm going to be here for 15 more minutes. I'm going to go get some food. Australia is really hyper vigilant. Yeah. Well, I said today in my my cruise news, my short that I put out this morning, they've extended their travel restrictions for an extra 3 months. So, and yes, that does go for cruising as well. If it happens in the U.S., CDC will shut down, including overseas travel from and to the U.S. I mean, it depends. I don't know if it'll go that far, but let's say if there's an outbreak, or let's say 1 or 2 cases on board a ship, the CDC is going to make they're going to take it really seriously for sure. Now, again, is it justifiable? At this point, honestly, I don't think so, especially if it happens on a vaccinated cruise, but that's it. Anything on Virgin. So the only thing I've seen on Virgin is that, of course, they still got the Scarlet Lady still sailing over in the UK, but we also have the Valiant Lady, or is it Resilient Lady? Sorry, Resilient Lady, that's going to be sailing out of Puerto Rico in 2022, winter of 2022. Vaccines should be mandatory. In the short term, I can see the argument, right? Nobody wants to have their cruise interrupted. The cruise lines don't want to have to deal with another media fiasco like they did last year. Yes, COVID is real. CDC and Fauci have too much power. Well, this is also what DeSantis is trying to fight, right? He's saying the CDC has too much power, and they shouldn't be ruling over an entire industry, mothballing them and shutting them down. Again, if people are so worried about getting corona, don't go. It's simple. I can understand that, right? You will ruin your cruise and your vacation if you are worried about that. You're right. If people are paranoid about it 24/7, right? The thing is too, like what I've noticed about a lot of people, right? And this isn't everybody, just so we're clear. One thing that I've seen when it comes to people worried about, let's say, this and that, right? You have options when it comes to vacations and travel and what you do with your life, right? Even let's say a couple weeks ago when I was still doing Uber, right? I picked up some people and they were in the club partying. This girl was like hooking up with this guy or whatever, and she comes in and they come into the car. And given I'm vaccinated, laws have changed now too. I told them, I said, it's cool if you guys don't want to wear your mask, it's fine. And they said, no, I actually just want to be safe. I'm vaccinated, but I want to be safe. And I'm like, I get you in a car with somebody else, right, that has a mask on, but at the same time, you were just in the club with hundreds of people without masks and hooking up with people, and now it's so weird. It really is. To me, it's kind of polarizing, to be honest with you. Let's see. They shut down while the world was shut down, while Walmart was open and full capacity. I could talk about that all day. Don't get me started. Disagree on mandatory. I have a family member allergic to the vaccine, but the rest of us have it. We have bookings together. Yeah, again, that's what I'm saying. I agree on both sides. I understand if the cruise lines decide they want to make vaccines mandatory in the short term, right? I understand, right? But I also understand Royal Caribbean and the other cruise lines that are saying, they're going to have 95% of the people that are on board vaccinated, but they can voluntarily submit their vaccination status, right? I wonder how that's going to play out, but we'll have to see. I mean, it could work. I mean, I'm sure they've gathered some type of data to kind of prove this theory, but we'll have to see when it's actually put into action. Do you know what the passenger capacity will be for Royal going on Alaska sailings? That I don't know. I know the number has been 60%. Now, don't quote me on that, but that seems to have been like the golden number, just above, in between 50 and 60%. Now, again, that will probably fluctuate. That'll probably change, but that was the last thing that I heard. Hooking up with someone in the club, COVID would be the last thing I'd worry about catching. Yeah, you're probably right about that. You're probably right. They have masks but no condoms. Who knows? I mean, hey, that bathroom stall action, right? But again, this whole situation is just so weird. It really is, right? And some people are just like it's confusing. It really is. Right? The people are worried about catching something on the cruise, but it's like, from what it looks like right now, we are going to have options, right? If you want to go on a fully vaccinated sailing, you are more than welcome to with Carnival. If you have a booking with cruising with Royal Caribbean, for example, you can either just be cool with the fact that there are going to be some people that are unvaccinated that are getting multiple tests done. You'll be good to go and they're wearing a mask, or you have to wait. That's it. The Adventure of the Seas that leaves this Saturday, yeah, I know, 1,050 passengers is like a third. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends, right? Because you also got to take into consideration the ports of call too, right? They've probably made an agreement with the Bahamas, but this is probably the conditions that the Bahamas wants. They said, you know what, you guys can sail out of here, right? We don't have to do a test trial or anything like that, but we need you to sail with 1/3 starting out. That way we can see how everything works out. And should something happen, let's say, unfortunately, like an outbreak, which I doubt it will, but just in case, they say, you know what, we can handle a third of the people having to deal with evacuation, getting them off the ship, but we can't deal with half or more. That could have been the issue going on with the government over in the Bahamas and the cruise lines. So they could have made an agreement hashed out that they can actually resume operations and do so safely without having to worry should something bad happen. That's a very strong possibility. Hey, look, we got 230 people in here. We got 230 likes. We need to increase it, though. But, guys, make sure you hit that like button if you're just joining in. And you already know I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Can we hear about your trip so far? Good Mexican food. Yeah, so I took my girl. We went over to Isla Mujeres. It's an island just off the coast of Cancun. We were there last night until about 10 o'clock. We got some mahi-mahi over by the beach. Really, really, really amazing food. Then today we woke up this morning, we took a bus 3 hours away from Cancun to another small little city called Chiquila. And now we took a ferry over to another island, which there's tourists around here, but there's a lot more European than anything. It's called Hobux. So we'll be over here for 2 days at least. We might extend because there's apparently like a beach full of like rescue animals of like dogs and raccoons and stuff. And I love animals. So they say that the tourists are allowed to go over there and take the animals out. So we're gonna go check that out. And then the hotel that we're at, even though I'm not a huge hotel guy, we're at a hotel, not bad. There's food around here, and we're right in front of the beach too. Are you still breakdancing? Yeah, I still practice. A lot of competitions coming up and whatnot. I'll probably hit a couple when I get back. But right now, I'm just hanging out, spending time with my girl, focusing on YouTube. Royal is playing the semantic games. It's funny. You will show you your paper vaccination card. If not, you will probably have to cough up 20. Yeah, I've seen it. I think that was the range, $200 for a test. They get to 5% non-vax. Everybody else denied boarding. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope it doesn't get to that point. Because again, I know they're probably not going to be able to vet everybody that's unvaccinated and vaccinated before the cruise. They can send out all the emails and whatnot that they want. But since this stuff is happening so rapidly, so fast, you got to wonder exactly how many people are going to show up at the port that day on embarkation day and not have given any indication of it, whether they've been vaccinated or not have been vaccinated, right? I could see that being a problem, right? And then let's say people aren't vaccinated. They didn't give the information because they were under the assumption that their booking was good to go because they got nothing saying that they weren't allowed, and they get denied boarding that day, and they flew in. I could see that being a very, very, very big problem. I hope it doesn't happen that way, honestly. I really, really do for those that are sailing. How long are you staying on live? I'll be on for 9 more minutes. After that, I got to go find Lauren. We're going to go get some food. That's the plan. They can't sell me more cabins. Sell me more cabins in these Caribbean ports. Costs too much to get there. Yeah, you're right. And if you go to the site right now, they've subsidized your airfare, weak demand. Yeah, I mean, again, as somebody that's been over to the Bahamas, the experience overall it wasn't a bad experience, but it's something that honestly, especially going over there to take a cruise, it's not something that I would cough up $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for personally. Right, I do it for, let's say, the channel, right, for documenting purposes. But as a vacation, no, personally, I wouldn't do it. And I'm a pretty easygoing. I don't complain about stuff, guys. Honestly, I'm an adaptable person, and I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. All they need to do is pay U.S. taxes. Problem solved. Yeah, that's a. I mean, the thing is, though, and the truth be told, if cruises paid the taxes and they were incorporated in the United States, cruising would not be as cheap as it would. I promise you, it wouldn't. Why wouldn't you do it? Well, just the overall experience to me isn't worth the money. You got to wear the mask all over the place. There's a bunch of rules. There's curfews. There's all these things, all these restrictions that would, unfortunately, hinder your overall experience. Now, and this is also the reason that I'm on the side with Carnival that's trying to make it require vaccinations in order for you to sail, because they don't want the experience to be interrupted should somebody be not vaccinated, because they don't want to ruin the magic, so to speak. Disney's also doing the same thing, requiring you for you to be vaccinated in order to sail, because they don't want the magic of the actual cruise going away, and they don't want people to have a bad taste in their mouth what the overall experience would be like sailing. Because things are going to be different, for sure, at least in the short term. NCL bailed on the Caribbean home ports. Well, with how everything's looking, it kind of makes sense, right? They're also saying they don't mind doing the vaccination thing, which goes in line with what the CDC is asking them to do. So if they play ball with the CDC, they should be allowed to sail with no problem. So that means they don't have to go all the way out to, let's say, Jamaica and sail out of there. You know, are you traveling to Europe anytime soon? Within the next 2 months, easily within the next 2 months. I'll probably go home for about a month or so, and then from there, I'm just going to kind of get everything worked out and probably head back over to Europe. I'm vaccinated now, so I can go there as much as I want, which is good. Nice plus. Carnival just announced that Mardi Gras will be sailing on the 31st. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. So that is now confirmed. The 31st is when the Carnival Mardi Gras will be sailing. So I might look into that. Maybe I can jump on the inaugural cruise. I'm looking for a cruise next month. Haven't locked anything down, but I'm going to try to look out for either the Odyssey or the Mardi Gras. Not sure which one yet. Come on, come back to me. All right, I think we're good. We were doing so good. Sorry, guys. I know the signal's in and out again. It's been doing pretty good so far for this live stream, though. Carnival Mardi Gras booked through February 2021. Oh, wait. Do you have the rebook, or you mean 2022? Book for a Halloween cruise. Nice. Nice. Have you learned any capoeira? Yeah, a little bit. But I'm also just a break dancer, so yeah, I can do a little capoeira. I'm sure the Mardi Gras will sell out fast. I'm sure it will. I might have to look over there and put a down payment at least, you know. Or if I got to pay in full, it is what it is. I'll probably do that. Technical difficulties, yeah. I mean, surprisingly, for the Wi-Fi to be what it is, it's been holding up pretty decently. Hopefully it continues. We got 5 more minutes left, so we should be good. I hope so. 2022. Booked on the Mardi Gras, August 2021. Nice. Nice. Booked on Disney February 2022. There is 3 cabins left. Wow. Huh. Well, I heard Disney's been doing all right. There she is. Oh, what'd you bring? Hey, baby. Ooh. Perfect ending, pina colada. Or maybe aliens know where the cruise ships are. You're right. Jump in August. I want to get on something like sooner than that. What'd you get? What is that? Oh.
Shrimp tacos.
Shrimp tacos. Okay. Okay. Look, we got like 4 more minutes left, so we're good. Lauren, you want to come say hi? Hold on. Let me. Oop. Drop some line.
Hola.
You're so lucky. Take the
Everyone, how are you doing?
tacos. You said, can you close that so the flies don't get in?
Up.
Thanks for being honest, dude, and letting people know the truth about the cruise industry. No problem. Again, guys, this stuff is never a bad thing, right? It's never bad, but I do believe that honesty is the key, right? Honesty and transparency. If we had that from the get-go, we probably wouldn't be in none of the situations that we've been dealing with. Look at the cute little doggy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Up. Come here. Sorry, guys. It's a cute little dog. Adorable. Let me see. You see? Look. Come here. How adorable. All right, guys. We got 3 more minutes left. Anything else that we need to talk about? Because after that, I'm about to eat some food. I'm starving. Will you still do Tampa Bay halftime? Probably not. Probably not. Guys, so here's the thing. I got to make a video about this, right? You got to be careful about the dogs in Mexico, by the way. They weren't dishonest science changers. No, I never said anybody was dishonest. They were just talking about my channel as a whole. They're not talking about the science or anything. Do you see that a couple tested positive on the Celebrity Millennium that sailed from St. Martin? Did I see that? I don't think so. Did that just come out today? This is the first big ship to sail from North America. The media is going to have a field day with it. You're right. I'm gonna check that out. I'm definitely gonna look into it and see if that's confirmed as of right now. Odyssey January 2. Nice. I missed everything about cruising. Me too. He smells like tacos. Yeah, I can't wait to eat my tacos. Lauren, can you close the box? There's flies all over it. Eat and enjoy your day. Thank you. Got 2 more minutes, Liz. 2 more minutes. I'm covered in. Thank you. It just happened in the past hour. Okay, guys, I'm gonna look into it. If that's the case, I'll make a short or something, or maybe we'll just talk about it tomorrow. All over that. Now, I would just look it up right now. I mean, I guess I could. Lauren, can you get napkins?
My friend knows where is the key from the.
I got pina colada all over me.
Yeah, that can wait. That's fine.
Let's see. Enjoy your food with your lady. Yeah, but I want to look this up real quick. Let me see, guys. I'm gonna just give me a second. I'm gonna see what's going on with this this situation on the Millennium, because if that's the case, I mean, it's gonna be the same amount of time trying to do a short about it too. Can people Venmo you a donation? Yeah. I'm just saying I want to spend time with you. Can you guys hear me? Celebrity cruise, celebrity cruise. Let me see. All right, I know the signal's going in and out. She's adorable. It's an adorable dog.
Come here.
Let's go to news. Oh, this cup is horrible. ABC has one on their anchors news covering on the celebrity ship. So there's mainstream media on board. Yeah, that's not good. Celebrity ship. So there's mainstream media on board. Yeah, that's not good. That is not good. Thanks for your knowledge sharing. Thanks for your knowledge sharing. No problem. No problem. Let me see what's going on with the Millennium though. Before I get out of here, see if we can find something on it real quick, guys. Give me a second. I mean, if this is breaking news, I'm gonna see if I can pull up an article. Maybe somebody's talking about it. Yeah, we know about the Mardi Gras. That's great. July 31st. Yeah, we know about the Mardi Gras. That's great. July 31st. Good to know. All right, let me see. The signal is
I've been trying to figure this out.
hard travel. Yeah, I know hard travel's on that ship. So if this is true, he's gonna talk about it. Yeah, definitely. Entertainment back on board too. Yeah, to my knowledge, yes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh my god. I know, but
So I'm trying to figure this out, but
Let's see if we can get something. Sorry guys, the Wi-Fi is I'm trying to see if I can get it up here. I bet they did not test before the port. Maybe that's why Royal changed the protocols for the Bahamas. You're right. I mean, given, you gotta understand, they know about this stuff ahead of time too. So like, they probably know a lot more than we do.
you know, in Holbox, in Mexico, you have like 5 different telecom companies, no? And
All right, guys. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I'm gonna see what's going on with the Millennium. If this is breaking news, there's probably gonna be some type of additional information coming out. So I'll just do a short tomorrow morning, and I'll let you guys know what information is available. All right. I don't want to jump on this too early because there's gonna be more going on. It was reported by Steve. I'm gonna do some research right now while I'm eating, figure out what's going on, guys. So I'm gonna get out of here. All right. Thank you so much for everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'm sorry the Wi-Fi was kind of crappy. We'll definitely be doing this again. On your way out, guys, of course, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll do the YouTube shorts in the morning, and then I'll have the live stream again tomorrow night. All right? You guys take care. Thank you for joining us. I got to get this pina colada off my hand. Take care, guys.